When you're blue and kinda lonely too, you'll find a smile will go a long, long way. Though you're down, don't sit around and frown. A little smile will go a long, long way. Never grieve, just try to make believe the sky is blue, although you know it's gray. Don't you pine, it's just a waste of time. You'll find a smile will go a long.
Welcome aboard. Time for Ron and Jen's Great Escape, and this is episode 168.
Oh, 68.
168, I believe. And
I was born in 68.
Hazel has arrived.
Hazel is in the house. Come on.
Come on up, Hazel.
Come up here. Come up here, smelly breath.
There she comes.
Come on.
All right.
There she goes.
She is scheduled to get
Oh
her.
my God, my boob. Oh.
She's scheduled to get her teethuses cleaned
Hello.
in May.
Praise God.
Yes. Right now,
Dude.
Hazel's breath can melt steel.
It could totally. It's like liver and onions with Spam.
Look what season it is.
Well, no, well, it's
time for
okay. You
peeps.
can jump because everybody jumped from Halloween to Christmas straight in.
That's
so
true.
yes, forget St. Patty's Day. The luck of the Irish.
Exactly.
And what is it? The
Bagora.
Shamrock. Bagora. What does Bagora mean?
I have no idea.
Bagora. Oh yeah. Well, I know that Greg's is offering. I think.
That's right. We'll get into that in a
Yes,
little bit.
they have corned beef and cabbage.
Yes, they're gonna have
already.
that. Yeah. Well, shake my shillelagh. That's all I can say.
I love you, Hazel.
Well, it's good to be back.
Oh, that's right. Look who's back. Back again. We're quoting
With a
Slim
week,
Shady.
with a week back.
Yeah.
It started long before a week back. Speaking of Paris.
Speaking of Paris.
Yeah, you just said something about Paris, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
I
I
thought you
said. No, I didn't. Did I?
Eiffel Tower's closed.
Yeah, it is.
Eiffel Tower workers are striking, which might result in a disappointing visit for a lot of Paris tourists. You know, Patty and I, my wife and I, we went for a river cruise to Paris. Got to see the Eiffel Tower, which is kind of cool. We didn't try to go into it because why
really?
would you? Why would you bother? It's
I don't know,
they got a restaurant way up the top. It's really cool.
Because then you can say, "Hey,
I've been inside
look,
the Eiffel Tower.
look at me on Facebook.
Yes.
I'm at the Eiffel
I'm
Tower."
at the Eiffel Tower. Big deal.
Yeah, I guess.
So you don't want to talk about Peeps?
I do want to talk about Peeps.
Peeps.
What do you want to say about Peeps?
Well, they got some new flavors coming out.
Well, you just jumped right into the soft news. Do you have anything that you want to say?
Yeah,
About anything in the world?
Yeah. Fire everybody at the DOT.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Yeah.
Oh, and have we
Anything
found
else?
out the identity of the young engineer yet?
No, we haven't. In fact,
You know why?
the Pro Joe did
Doesn't
a
exist.
piece on that person.
The Providence Journal actually has
They
been
did.
doing some investigative reporting lately,
Yeah,
which
they
is
have.
shocking.
Yeah, I agree.
But in the same breath, they have front page stories about guys who sharpen skates. It's like,
Hey, that's an important thing.
well, it is,
My
especially
ex-boyfriend sharpens skates, I think. Or maybe he drives a Zamboni.
at the Mount,
No, up in New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire, yeah. Seriously, he drives a mean Zamboni.
Well, you and I both know, because we both played hockey for a long, long time, the importance of getting a good edge on your skates.
yeah.
Even as a goalie, I played goal, and you have to be really, really careful with the edge on your skates, because if it's too sharp, then you can't negotiate. You can't negotiate the net.
I was right about to say, I'm probably so weird like this because I never
You could have just stopped right there. By the way.
Wow. I don't like sharp skates. I could not skate on sharp skates. I kept mine dull. I would get them sharpened once a season.
Well,
That's it. I had to have dull edges because otherwise, for some reason, when I cut in, when I was making my turns or if I was trying to stop or whatever, I know, and it sounds counterintuitive but I just couldn't. I could not handle the sharp blades.
Some skaters.
Is that normal?
Well, yeah, it is. Some
Is
skaters prefer that.
Oh.
There's also a hollow edge that they can put in there. So it's all about your personal preference, your personal choice.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So now
That's it. That's all he's got. Okay.
Well, no, I don't know how we went from.
What do you
the
think about
DOT.
Biden?
What about Biden? Well, he almost fell again.
I know. Well,
Did you see that?
This is why I'm saying. Did you see the sneakers?
Yeah.
He had, and I'm not trying.
Well, you know what he should do is get a
I-
pair of those Trump sneakers.
But they look like shoes, orthopedic shoes.
They do.
They do. Don't they look like orthopedics? They look like strange orthopedic shoes.
But
Maybe he's got a bad
If it helps Pop,
arch or something.
if it helps Pop stay upright, then I'm all for it. Maybe you can get a pair of those hideous-looking Trump sneakers. Are those the
my
ugliest
God.
things you've ever seen in your life?
$400.
And people are buying them.
People are
People
buying
are
them.
actually all the MAGA people are buying them for like $1,000.
Hey, let's just see. Here's the deal.
They're atrocious
But
looking.
I don't like it when people say the MAGA people, because I am someone who believes in American exceptionalism. I believe that America is going down the shit chute right now. It is just absolutely lawless and crazy.
I don't disagree with
our
that.
Our open borders are national security issues. They're saying
agree.
Yes, China is a national security threat, and we have thousands and thousands of Chinese nationals. We don't know who they are coming into. Who are these people? We don't know. So that's my issue with America. But when you say make America great again, I don't think that's a bad statement. I just think that there are some people that are totally far, far, far right that are so whacked that go a little ballistic.
Make America great again. It all depends on your methodology.
I don't know. Is that fair to say? I think it's a good statement. We were great. Let's be great again. We're not great.
Fair. Totally fair to say.
But there are a bunch of lunatics running around.
But it's how you do it. How you make us great again.
Yeah, how would you do it? If you said, I want to run for president.
I'm way past that shit.
Vote for Jen. I have ideas, okay? But
I saw a great T-shirt.
What would you do?
Oh, I'm through. I don't care anymore.
I'd close the border.
Yes.
That's day one. I'd shut it down. We got to figure this out.
Just
and then
shut it down and do it the right way.
Right, exactly. And then I would ensure that the black communities, the marginalized people, are being marginalized. So the blacks are being marginalized. Women in this country are being marginalized by the marginalized. Blacks are being marginalized by migrants. Women are being marginalized by the transgender community. So I would put a halt to all that madness. I'd pass a law protecting women's sports, and I would surely build back up the black community. See, you got to have ideas.
What about food inflation? What would you do about that?
I don't know.
Yeah. What can you do about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to have some
pigs.
input. I'd get all the CEOs of the big stores together and say, hey,
cut it out.
Remember the Schooner tuna guy from Mr. Mom?
Yep.
He dropped the price of tuna 25 cents a can.
Right.
During
that's going to happen.
During inflationary times in the 80s.
Stop banging.
Stop banging? All right.
Anyway. You're talking to a guy who graduated from the Boston bartender school. The one that, if you want to piss off a bartender, and you want to get a refill, you tap the bar like that, you'll get it completely ignored. It's just it's chilling. Bartenders hate that.
Really? Wow.
Now let's talk about our.
Now
sponsors.
we can go light.
Yes.
Well,
now we can talk about our sponsors.
Yes,
first.
our wonderful sponsors.
Brenda Lee O'Hara and O'Hara Senior Care Services. If you want peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are being cared for and they're safe in their own home, you contact Brenda Lee and her great team at 401-345-1811 or at oharaseniorcare.com. They treat your loved ones like one of their own with care and compassion. What's going on with Greg's these days? Well, February. The dessert specials at Greg's, chocolate lava cake.
Shut up.
Oh, my
Shut
goodness. That is moist chocolate cake generously filled with chocolate ganache. And then they heat it up, and it comes oozing out, the chocolate. Absolutely great. Cherry pie. You know why? Because President's Day just came and went. And, Washington loved his cherry pie. Sweet mixture of cherries baked in a luscious flaky crust, and strawberry shortcake cheesecake is back, cheesecake flavored with strawberry preserves. What, Washington?
How do you know that?
I'm very good with my presidents. I know my presidents.
Okay.
All right, I do. Strawberry preserves sitting in a moist yellow cake, topped off with strawberry mousse and then served with strawberry sauce. And as Jen said, it's getting, Greg's is getting fired up for St. Patty's Day, Bagora. So check it out. Greg'sUSA.com is the website. Rhode Island tradition for 50 years. Good sponsor of ours. Make sure you follow Greg's USA on Instagram and Facebook. See what's new and what might be on the way. And also employee opportunities to go work for the fine organization.
Operation Stand Down?
No, Greg's.
Oh, yeah.
An Operation Stand Down, Rhode Island, very close to your heart.
Love them. Yeah. Love Operation Stand Down. They're just a great group of people who help vets all over the state. And if you're a vet in need, or if there's a service member in your family that's in need right now, just give them a call. You can do that at 401-383-4730. That's 401-383-4730. Well, what do? They do anything they can to help a vet, and they will help you with housing, employment, basic needs, VA disability benefits. They helped me with all of the above. As Ron said to me off the air earlier, check. We were talking check, 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 and check. And so Tony and his gang, they care about vets. They want to help us, and they certainly helped save my life. So you can find them online at osdri.org, or you can give them a shout.
What is the Silver Tsunami? And what does it mean to us? And what does it mean to Hillbilly Jim?
Hillbilly Jim, I think, is probably in that group.
He probably could be a Silver Tsunami member.
Yeah, the Silver Tsunami. I love this. Record number of Americans set to turn 65 this year. In 2024, the U.S. is entering the peak 65 zone, witnessing the largest surge of Americans turning 65 ever. Reaching age 65 is different for the late baby boomers, as many are still working and healthier than their predecessors.
That is true.
It's true.
And a lot of them have to work, unfortunately.
Yeah. According to Axios, financial challenges have evolved, with changes in Social Security benefits and the decline of defined benefit pensions. The 65-year-olds of 2024 may need to rely on their savings and navigate potential market downturns early in retirement. And actually, real estate experts are saying that this is, I saw this yesterday, that they expect a lot of people who are 65 and up to start liquidating their assets. And
downsizing?
That means, yes, downsizing, getting rid of their homes, opening the door for a lot of bing, 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 first-time buyers like myself to go in there. Yeah, it sure would be, but not with an interest rate of 6.77%.
Not a good time
right
to
now.
be borrowing right
Just
now.
saying.
Yeah.
No.
You can make a bid on Chez St. Pierre if you want. We're always listening.
Are you?
Yeah.
I could never live out here. You know,
Why not? It's a great community.
I don't fit.
East Greenwich is a great community.
It is a great, but
you fit here.
Nah, I'm too schlubby. You have to be a kind of a certain type, I think, to live here.
In our column that drops every Wednesday.
I don't throw dinner parties.
We don't either. In our column that drops every Wednesday on rinewstoday.com, you wrote about your sweet little dog, Ayla.
I did.
And I wrote about the Boston Red Sox.
You did.
What a freaking mess that team is.
They would just, okay. So
what a mess. And then Doughboy, that's what we called my former college roommate and I. That's what we referred to Rafi Devers, Doughboy.
I was right about to say.
Like a little doughboy.
Doughboy.
He ripped the bejesus out of the team just the other day for not doing anything in the off season. Through an interpreter,
I was about to say, through a translator.
Right.
So, but they were talking, the guys were talking about this as I was on my way in here this morning. And basically, you know when I said out loud, here's what I said out loud, because I talk to myself all the time. You know what? Won't it be something if this squad of nobodies, this absolute bunch of whoever, go all the way to the World Series?
Never happened.
What are I would well,
no pitching.
Who are the people that always say
pitching?
If you buy stuff now, we'll give you the free mattress.
I have no idea. Mattress City, I have no clue.
No, it's a big company. The guy is long hair. He looks like a hippie. It's not Cardi's. It's the other guys.
You got me. Jordans,
yeah. Jordans always offers, buy our furniture by May 1st, and if they go to the World Series,
that's an insurance thing.
Oh, really?
That's an insurance thing. Well, they had to pay. Yeah, they had to pay out. They had to pay out. They did have to pay out. Yeah, you know how here's how these contests work. Just so as you know, there's a company or a few companies out there for television and for radio. Promotions. Like I'll give you for instance, if you can hit a halftime shot at a Providence College game, you could win
$500,000.
You could win $500,000. Well, they take on an insurance policy with these companies that really
they don't pay.
There's like 1 in a zillion chances of that happening. If it happens, you cash in on the insurance. Oh. That's how that stuff works.
Wow! So really, they get all that publicity, so they make a ton of money.
But you know what? 1 year.
It's a scam.
No, it's not a scam. Because they had to pay out one. Jordan's and the insurance company did have to pay out 1 year. I think it was 2007. I think. Yeah. They went. And there's no chance the Red Sox are going anywhere. They suck. And they hired Theo Epstein.
That's awful.
They hired Theo Epstein to be an advisor.
See, I have faith.
I'm going to advise the advisor, Theo Epstein.
Yeah.
Theo, advise John Henry to sell the team. That would be a good piece of advice.
But here's what I don't get, and this is from somebody that's completely clueless. My only thought is this. Okay, if the team is that terrible, John Henry is not poor. Open up your checkbook.
That's my point.
Get a few faces in there that can pull people into the stands.
That's
because I'm not going to go see, and now batting third.
Ace Funman.
Gus Steinberg.
Tits McGee.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I need to see a few faces that are gonna,
And I bring up baseball.
make it exciting.
I agree with you.
What do I know?
I bring up baseball because I really want to complain about these pampered pussies that are making $18 gazillion a year. They're bitching and moaning over their new uniforms. They don't like the way they feel. They look cheap. And I love this. The lettering is too small on my name on the back of the jersey.
Really?
You know what? Get out, you pampered bunch of pussies. You know?
That's the second time he used that word.
Kneel down, genuflect, kiss the freaking ground that God gave you the talent to play Major League Baseball. Make $1 gazillion, all right? And shut the front door.
I was gonna say, don't say that word.
That's it. All right. Great escape indeed.
It is. Well, hey, it's a different kind of escape today.
You know,
it's I got stuff to say escape.
How many people older people have you seen use emojis wrong?
I do all the time.
And all of a sudden, like somebody posts an eggplant and doesn't know what it means, or a peach and doesn't know what it means.
Well, the other day, last week, I was posting something. I post stuff about God, and I try to be inspiring.
On our Facebook page, Ron and Jen's Great Escape on Facebook.
And I posted a girl in full armor of God, which is, the breastplate and the shoes and the helmet and the sword and all this. But I didn't realize that nowadays they have these characters as a Hispanic person or an Asian person or a black person.
Gotta go with the flow there, kid.
I accidentally hit the black person, and underneath them it's a Jennifer, and I thought, oh my God, somebody's going to say cultural appropriation.
Absolutely.
Or
and once you press send, once you press enter,
it was an accident. I didn't know. Yeah, so I deleted that. I didn't want anybody. I mean,
Nana's with us today.
Well, and there used to be a time, and I thought that as I'm deleting this, I thought imitation is the most sincerest form
of flattery.
Right. And I thought, when did we get away from that? Now everyone screams, you can't wear your hair like that if you're white because that's the black community, cultural appropriation. You can't dress like a Native American on Halloween because somehow it's mocking. You can't play cowboys and Indians because it's colonialism. I mean, it's so crazy.
My favorite insane woke move, renaming Eskimo pies because apparently it offended.
I don't know who.
Eskimo pies.
Yeah, and so it just
I love Eskimo pies.
Yeah, I used to. I don't know. It just kind of so. Anyway,
I like them better than the other ones, Klondikes. I like Eskimo pies better.
So somebody said the other day, and I don't know if this is true. They were laughing. They said praying hands is actually a high five. If you look at it, they said people have been, and I said no. Both of the arms are the same color of cuffs. If it was, but I thought, have I really been doing this all that time?
No, you have not been high fiving.
Okay, so older people do use emojis incorrectly. They did a study on this.
Why?
How much money?
What a waste of money.
Older people and men.
And
men are more likely to misidentify. That's another new term. It's like you didn't have an affair anymore. You had an entanglement.
Right. You misidentified.
Yeah, you didn't lie as a politician and end up in rehab because you smacked your wife last night and you did something. You misspoke.
As they said in Animal House.
Oh my God.
As they said in Animal House, Kent, you blanked up. You trusted us.
Yeah. Scientists at the University of Nottingham found that older folks were more likely to send inappropriate emojis like a smiley face at the wrong time. Researchers also found regional differences. They say British respondents were less able to recognize the disgusted emoji. In China, the smile emoji can represent multiple emotions, not just happiness. And the current results have important implications when considering emoji use in online communication. Yeah, in China, you'll probably end up in prison.
Yeah, or executed.
Oh my God.
Or the other, or executed.
I'm telling you.
I hardly ever use emojis because I guess like I said, they can be misinterpreted. But be careful with the eggplant and the peach because they have specific meanings.
Eggplant is the penis?
Is your winky, right? And a peach is your ass crack.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I never understood that. Yeah.
Nana doesn't have one of those.
Listen, how did we become so whack?
I have no idea.
When have we always been like this?
I'll give you two reasons.
Yeah.
Social media.
Marijuana.
Social media, and social media. That's when we became completely unwired and whacked out. However, you don't want the U.S. government controlling the internet. I'm here from the government, and I'm here to help.
Well,
all they'll do is screw things up.
Well, you know who's screwing things up?
Well, in our last 2 minutes, you mean?
Yes. Who's screwing theaters? Because the movie industry, there's a 50% drop off from pre-COVID times in terms of attendance.
Well, yeah, I believe
50% drop off.
I haven't been to the movies since pre-pandemic. I love going to the movies, but I just haven't been.
Yeah, well, check this out. Movie theaters are looking for more revenue streams because no one's showing up, which could come in the form of new snacks, get this, in collectible popcorn buckets. Disney theme parks already implement this idea with great results as some fans line up for hours to receive special edition buckets. In 2019, AMC theaters released the R2-D2 drink and popcorn holder for how much? This was 2019.
How much?
$50.
That's crazy.
Now it'll be $100. It's 2024, right?
That's crazy.
A new collectible bucket was recently released to promote Dune 2. I don't know.
Which is getting rave reviews, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, it's a lot of people are saying it's the best science fiction movie ever made.
Is it
in terms of effects?
Is it in 3D?
Everything's in 3D. Look, we're in 3D. See?
Yeah.
We're in 3D.
I'm glad
Put
we're
your glasses.
not.
Take your glasses off.
It's a Strange Shape promoted a series of shocked social media responses. So there you go.
Okay, last, and we'll close with this.
Lastly.
Here are the peeps.
They're the peeps.
New flavors. Coming up. New flavors alongside the classic varieties. Rice Krispies treats, which are only available at Walmart. Icy blue raspberry, get your hand out of it, only at Target. Sour strawberry, only at Kroger, which we don't have around here. And Delights S'mores graham cracker flavors. Now, the only way to fly, to me, is with the original peeps, the yellow peeps, and you got to do the chicks. Screw those Christmas trees and everything else they try to market. Ron and Jen's Great Escape.
Wait. Well, how do you eat them?
Well, I thought we would save that more towards Easter, but
okay.
The first thing, if you're an adult, the way to eat peeps, the very first thing you do is break open the cellophane just a little bit, and you put them on the shelf, and you kind of forget about them until it's time for Easter. And speaking of Easter, you might want to make your reservations at Greg's for a little Easter din-din.
You might.
We have Patty's Day, Bigora coming up. Greg'sUSA.com. You can check them out. They're 4 great locations. Operation Stand Down Rhode Island, OSDRI.org. And you can call them at 401-383-4730. And, of course, O'Hara Senior Care Services and Brenda Lee O'Hara at 401-345-1811 or online, oharaseniorcare.com. Follow us on Facebook, Ron and Jen's Great Escape. Jen's always updating it with some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
Weekly radio show Saturday mornings at 7 on News Radio 920 and 104.7 FM. Streaming everywhere, 920, WHJJ.com.
Everywhere.
Yep. And our weekly commentary where we don't hold back.
We didn't this morning.
Well, we didn't. Falls every Wednesday morning on RINewsToday.com. All right, Ron and Jen's Great Escape. Tell your friends about it, and we will check in with you next week.